What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Subnautica. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little bit and swim the bottom of the ocean. So for right now, we're just looking for salt. And that's it. I looked on Xbox Live. I looked around on various, like, Call of Duty type games. Couldn't find any salt. Weirdly enough, when I needed it, couldn't find it. Salt, why hast thou failed me? But it's a good thing. We've got salt all up on the bottom of the ocean for right now, so I'm going to try and take care of it as such. I just love looking at this game. My God, it's so gorgeous. Like, it makes me want to go out and scuba dive. That's what it makes me want to do. I want to be like, hey, let's go get some scuba tanks. You know, some skanks, as I like to call them. You got to get them scuba tanks, them skanks. And then once you got the skanks, you hook them up to a hose, and then you just go ahead and you breathe through them. I don't think it'll make you a whole lot of friends, but at the same time, what are you doing right now, explodey fish? Oh, look, salt. Hello, salt. Would you like to be inside my inventory? No, salt, why? Why won't you be inside my inventory? Because I have too much of you. That's what it is. When you have too much of something that you love, you can no longer partake of it any further. Alright, well, I get it. Let's head back to the ship. There it is, right there. And so, yeah, this game really makes me want to get out there and take like a scuba class or do something along the way, and I feel like that'd be a lot of fun, to be fair. Like, these sorts of things seem like they'd be a blast, especially given the vistas of views you can have, although, honestly, I go snorkeling quite a bit, or at least I used to, and from what I can tell, the only place that I've been that actually looked like this when I was snorkeling was Hawaii. And then when I went there to visit family, because I don't know how many people know this in the channel, I try to bring up, like, random things like heritage and things like, you know, because people like it when you talk about personal stuff on the channel. Half my family is Hawaiian, and so there you go. Being Hawaiian, so I'm probably going to need, like, another storage crate, aren't I? Because I'm feeling like we don't have enough space right now. We got to build the Cyclops pretty soon, and unfortunately, since the Cyclops it's going to take us quite a bit of gear. Like, we have to have a lot of metal, we got to have a lot of random stuff. I'm figuring that since we got to get the Cyclops up and running, I should probably, like, try and make, like, a new crate or something, right? Let's see here. Air bladder, grav sphere, yes, current generator, just in case. I got tools over here. Is it counting as a tool menu, or, like, what's going on here? The sea glide, the knife, the flashlight. No, none of this is very interesting to me. Thank you. Well. Oh, there it is. The small storage cube. Okay. Just in case you need to store those ages. Well, the first thing we need to do is make some air sack, which doesn't sound very delicious, but hey, sometimes you gotta eat some sack. You just gotta chow down. You just gotta run that tongue down this giant shit-flavored sucksicle, and that's just what you have to do. So there it is. We'll make, I don't know how much these are gonna restore. I'm hoping a lot. Maybe, I don't know. I ran out of inventory space while I was swimming around, and so let's see what we can do for ourselves right now. Ah, see, vital signs stabilizing. The last thing you want are some wobbly vitals. That won't work out for you very well. I hate it when you sit at a wobbly table. Did you ever get the wobbly table at a restaurant? How irritating is that? That's like one of my least favorite things in the entire world. Of all the things I dislike, frankly, it's a first world problem. But at the same time, when you get that wobbly table and your girlfriend and yourself or your boyfriend or whoever, you're putting your elbows up on the table, even though it's bad manners because, childhood lessons don't own me. But, like, you put, like, random weight on the table, and no matter what you do, it's just like wobble. Wobble. The less wobbly it is, the more irritating it is, in my opinion. Because, like, the really, really wobbly table, you can, like, call a waiter or a waitress and just be like, hey, can, like, I get another table or something? This table's kind of wobbly and weird. And typically, they'll be like, yeah, that's totally cool, as long as you're still in my section. I'll be like, all right, I'll stay inside your section. That's all good. And yeah, it's just the worst. And so the less the wobble is, the more irritating it is, because that very, very slight, just like wob. It's not even a wobble. It's lost a syllable. That's how slight the wobble is. Just like wob. It's so annoying. It really sincerely is. And every single time you almost like pitch your drink to the side, it's just like things moving around slightly. Nobody likes the wobbly table. Nobody likes the wobbly table. So we've got a storage cube. Does this go outside or does this go inside? I'm a little bit concerned about where this is deployed. So we right mouse button it to drop it. Okay. Drop it like it's cube. Drop it like it's... Okay, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's not very large at all. We may... Well... Oh, you shift-click it to pick it back up. That's kind of cool. Okay. So I may deploy these along the bottom of the ocean, possibly. I don't know if it's draggable or if it's going to be interactable. But for right now, I suppose I'll start, like, stacking them up down here, maybe. Or I don't know. I need to put them somewhere that's sort of indicative of what they hold. Or maybe, like, this little opening over... Yeah, this will work. This little kind of, like, I don't know, this sand ramp over here. The sand ramp. Alright, so since we're in the sand ramp, let me take this. We'll put it right here. And I'm gonna do my best. Yeah, see, that looks to be a tiny bit more. So how do I... Oh, you click on the top. Never mind, it wasn't shift click that did it. You click on the top versus clicking on the bottom. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to gather up metal, and we need to store them inside of here. We're actually going to be going on a major metal quest right now, as opposed to like a lieutenant metal quest, which is really just sort of like one of those butter bar activities that nobody cares about. So let's go up through the bottom. The butter bar problems are real. If you don't know what a butter bar is, it's like a low-ranking officer, I guess. I don't know. A friend of mine just made butter bar in the military, and he's like a lieutenant or something, and he said it's kind of like this weird place to be in life, because like he kind of has authority, but at the same time he like sort of doesn't, and so he like technically he could just be like, hey, do what I tell you to do, and like be really like kind of a hard ass about it and be a pain in the ass, but he knows that like if he does that, it's probably going to backfire on him because somebody's just going to go over his head and override him anyways. He's like, yeah, it's kind of like this weird limbo of authority that I can't really describe. Have you ever been like potent and impotent at the same time? He said it's kind of like that. It's sort of like that. Well, for right now, we just need metal. We need like 6 of it. I don't even know if we can hold that much in our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can. But it's going to be pretty specific, the amount of stuff that we got to carry in order to get the Cyclops done. So let's focus on the metal first. I don't know. I think there should be something around here that we can make use of. Every now and again, my game seems to really sort of lose frame rate, and I think it has to do with transitioning through zones. So if you notice that, I think the game uses some kind of chunking technology. I know the developers are playing around. I read about it on the forums. I try to read, if I get a game that I'm playing actively, I try to read on the forums at least a couple minutes a day about the game, just to like watch what the current developments are, and then B, to make sure that if the developers are keeping the community appraised, that I can then relay that information. I'm going to catch this Gary fish right here. Oh, you little shit. Hold still. There we go. I have caught myself full of the Gary. I don't like these little kelp fields. These kelp fields are like the place where my dreams go to die. They've got like kind of like this murky green feeling, and while normally I'm a fan of the color green, like I enjoy it. I enjoy to apply breezes very, very liberally to the color green. I think that... Yeah, there he is right there. No, Mega Gator! No! Leave me alone! Oh my god, I knew... See, they come out of nowhere. You better leave right now. I'm gonna stab you with this knife. You're lucky I can't swim fast. You're lucky that biology has impaired me. You're so lucky, my friend. Yeah, I cut forth your fin. How would you... Yeah, you don't like this, do you? That's right. I don't know where your rump is, but I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna assume that this is the ass right here. Oh, we get caught. Never mind. Are you dead yet? Or are you still like... You have ceased to animate. That makes me kind... Oh no, we need to go back up to the surface. Oh no, we're about to suffocate. That's very, very unfortunate. I just had to do like an inverse Kool-Aid man right there. Just, oh no. What time? I gotta figure out what his voice does. It goes, oh yeah. So it actually goes down, so that means you have to go down and then back up, so it's, oh no. That's how you do the inverse. That's how you do the inverse Kool-Aid man right there. I don't think we got all of our oxygen taken care of, but we're full of... You little bastard, I hate you. Where are you? I know you're here. I can't see him. That's unfortunate. And if I can't see him, how can I flee him? He's just mad because he knows I want to be him. Sea creatures, I'm going to leave you alone for right now. I don't think I feel like fighting with sea creatures at the moment. I think I'm going to back off for just a second. This is my first episode that I've ever recorded with dual screen. Like, I know people, like, sometimes assume that I have, like, a really sophisticated recording setup, and it's really not true. I figure I have an AT2020, which is the microphone that I use. It's by Audio-Technica. It's a very cool little microphone, and actually, I think it's probably the best place you can go. I tried Blue mics. I did try the Snowball, and I wasn't a fan just because it caught so much random noise. My problem with the Snowball mic was that I could hear, like, essentially if a seagull farted like down the street, you could hear it on the mic. Like, it just caught too much ambient noise, even with the gain dialed way, way down. Like, essentially, it caught too much excess sound. You could hear like random people down the street walking and stuff like that, like footsteps. What I really, really, really like about the Audio-Technica mic is that the front of it is actually very much focused towards the speaker. And other than that, my girlfriend has actually been in the background blow drying her hair while I've recorded episodes. Can't hear it. You can't hear it at all, and so I think it's actually probably one of the best stepping stones that you can possibly get as far as microphones go before you jump into something like more professional like a Shure SM7B, which is what we used to have at the radio station. I am looking into getting a Shure SM7B because it is the pimp shiggity of mics, but you know, money problems. Mo money, mo problems, no. It's just like it's one of those major purchases for your studio that you have to be ready for it. And honestly, I'm thinking about updating my interface and trying to make like some of my other stuff work. I think for right now, I'm going to leave this as kind of like my random stuff storage, and then we'll probably make another cube in just a second so that we can store all the stuff for the Cyclops inside of it. That seems like a decent plan to me. Let me go check on the reagents that we need one more time for our lovely friend the Cyclops, because it looks pretty badass, and I'm excited about, hey, that wasn't climbing. That was more like falling, my friend, amigo. So we've got a Cyclops. I'm actually interested in playing around with the observatory, too. It requires 2 metal and 3 glass. I may try that out in just a second, too. So we need 6 metal. We need 4 glass, 2 copper, and 2 gold. How are we doing on copper and glass? It's 4 and 2 right there. We need 4 copper, or 4, I don't know. We need 4 copper and something glass. Did I reverse it? I think I might have reversed it. So I don't think we have any copper right now. I think we used up the last of our supply setting up our, yeah, we used up the last of our supply setting up our sea moth. So that's going to do that. So we have to get the 2 copper, and we have to get the 4 glass. Now, luckily enough, the glass is not so hard to come by, and so I'll probably try and handle that really, really quickly while we're here. And I know that I'm breaking my rules already for what I said I was going to do with my storage, but for the time being, we just got to dig some sand. You know what's weird? Like, I enjoy running sand through my hands when it's dry, but once it becomes wet, I no longer have the urge. My urges are suppressed. I no longer enjoy it after that point, and I have no idea what the particular arbitrarium is that decides that for me, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know quite what's wrong with that situation, but there's something wrong with it. Let's see here. We need to go with our glass, so it's going to cost us quartz. There it is. Yes, make us a, I mean, a pane would be nicer, but I suppose a cube of glass would be fine. Did they call it a pane of glass because it hurts when you run through it? Frankly, it's a lot harder to break like a window pane than you would think, especially with some of the newer ones that incorporate some of the security glass technology. Like they got that plastic coating that holds the glass together so that if your kid throws a baseball into it, it doesn't get glass all over the carpet and cut people's feet up. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff that they're playing around with. I mean, it still doesn't like stop a baseball from breaking it. It still happens. I remember when I was a kid, my cousin broke a guy's windshield on the block. I wasn't there. Never mind. I almost said we were playing baseball, but I wasn't there for that one. I was involved in a lot of the shenanigans, but he was out there playing baseball on the block, and it's an American story as old as time. Broke the neighbor's windshield on his car, and then his parents had to pay for it. I remember my friend baked a cake for him. He was like 9 years old. He baked a cake for him and apologized. You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta apologize. If some kid broke my windshield, I'd be upset. Depends how old he was, too, to be honest. Like, if he's old enough to know better, I'd probably be a lot more irritated than I was if he was like 8 years old. I'd be like, ugh, this is a setback, and I expect your parents to pay for it, but I'm not gonna freak out. I got in a car accident one time. It was a dual fault where the guy just like flipped the shit out. Like seriously, this dude like, I don't know if he was off his medication or what was going on. But anyways, so what happened? I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel before. So anyways, what happened is I pulled into a parking spot right as he backed out. And because his truck was big, when he backed out, he skimmed the side of my car. And it scratched up his truck and it scratched up my car. The insurance company said it was dual fault. But yeah, he lost his shit. Oh man, he came out of the car looking like he was going to take a swing at me. I was taking like horse stances and like defensive postures and shit. And the horse posture is really where I'm just sort of like, me, and I walk sideways. It's actually not as impressive or martial arts laced as it sounds. It's just me walking sideways in a skittish manner. It's like, yeah. Yeah, he lost his shit. He was barking up real loud. And then his wife was like, you need to calm down right now. And then he did. And I was like, I was glad the wife was there to calm him down. I was glad the wife was there to calm him down because I'm not so sure it would have ended so well for either party involved had he continued to just be like angry, ridiculously angry. Like when bad stuff happens, it only gets worse if you get really, really angry about it. Like I've never seen a situation where getting angry makes me act in a fashion that is more conducive to a positive resolution. That's what I'll say right there, is I've never seen that be the case. And so when we got to the accident, I got out of the car like, ah, shit. Like I was definitely apologetic about it, but I don't know. I try not to get mad about stuff too. That's just like my own personal rule. I used to have an anger problem when I was younger, like for real. I had like a super bad anger problem when I was younger, like probably like between the age of like 17 and 22. It had destroyed relationships with family, friends, girlfriends. Like I just couldn't like deal with anything without getting angry. And eventually it got to a point in my life where you had to sit down and you had to like retcon all of that. You got to go back and be like, all right, so why do I get so angry? And for me, it was because I felt helpless. That was ultimately like that was the final string at the bottom that I had to determine, was that at the end of the day, I got angry as a response because I didn't know how to respond to the situation, and so I just used like anger as like my fill-in emotion for everything whenever I was in like an overwhelming or confusing situation, you know? Crazy, crazy stuff. And like, you gotta sit down, you gotta do reflection like that, otherwise, I don't know, it gets out of hand one day, and pretty soon, like, everybody hates you or something. You're like, why? And they're like, well, you get really, really mad, and you like to victimize other people's walls and stuff when you get... No, I never did that. I never did that. That was a joke. I victimized my own walls, though. I'd be like, wall, I am punishing you right now. I'm going to... Whoa. Alright, well, hell. My inventory just bugged out, but I can't say that I really mind that much. Where's my other crate at? It's around here somewhere. Right there it is. It's on our little sandy slope over here. I'm going to go ahead and drop another crate in, and then I think that should give us enough storage space to maybe... I don't know. No, don't do that. Oh, that's awful. That's the worst space ever. I don't want that to be right there. That upsets me. It upset me so much that I had a hiccup. Alright. Let's try that then. Please don't fall through the world this time. Does it float, or is it buoyant, or does it settle? Because if it floats, I could just take it up to the surface and leave it next to the constructor or whatever, but I don't know if that's going to be the best plan. I would love for them to implement... It looks like I'm moving to one side right now. Is it just me? I was going to say, just as I was about to say, it'd be cool if they implemented currents into the game. Why am I floating to the left? What is it about the left that the universe wants me to float there? Alright, so anyways, we got glass. Let me put the glass... I'm going to try and keep all of the materials for the Cyclops up and inside of those 2 crates on the ground. Any of our major construction projects... I'm going to try and keep those where they lie. I think I'll probably drink some filtered water for right now. Yeah, that seems good. And then we got, do we have a cooked Gary fish? No. So I should probably keep an eye out for salt along the way too. I'm going to drop our glass panes up in here though. I don't know if people wanted to see this while I was playing the game. Like, I figured I would just talk about, like, it seems to work out okay for my channel when I just talk about, like, random stuff while I do, like, little busy work episodes. Like, and frankly, I don't mind it because the game is such a pleasure to look at. Where the hell is this slope at? Like, I keep losing it. I keep losing it. It's on... I think it's over here. Yep, there it is. It's because my altitude, or I don't know, my depth was all messed up. No. I wish to open you, storage. There we go. This one's full. Okay. I can deal with that. I can deal. And then on this side, I can shuffle too. Let's see here. We'll go on this side. It's only because I used to play MTG, though. That's all that it is. I loved Magic the Gathering when I was a kid. I really, really did, although you would really, really be surprised how difficult it is to play Magic the Gathering when your family is like Amish. It becomes like one of those things they're like, wait, so there's witches and warlocks and magic on these cards? And I'd be like, yeah, the game is called Magic, but like, I'm the wizard, and somehow that didn't convince my Amish parents that it was any... Oh, this poor little air sac over here got forgotten. Oh, come along with me, little air sac. We need to find ourselves some copper. Yeah, my parents are super religious. Super, super, super religious. They're not so much anymore, though. Like, they're still religious, but they've kind of, like, eased up on it. I always feel like I'm being chased in this game, but yeah, when I was a kid, I'm not engaging in underwater sexual activity. Let's see here. We're gonna go... I think that for right now, I just kind of want to look for copper, and unfortunately, I think the best place to do it is not where we are right now. I may have already picked this area clean in my search for emery in the beginning of the game so that we could get a knife. Let's see here. Zinc right there. It should drop out of these random little nodes that are around. It should, anyways. I don't know if your chances go up or down if you go deeper into the earth. I would assume that maybe it goes up to get, like, one of the rare materials. Yeah, my family was super, super religious when I was a kid. My dad's a preacher, in fact. And all my friends were preachers' kids, too. And so we were quite rebellious. Preachers' kids tend to be that way. It tends to happen. Let's see here. Got a little bit of zinc right there. A little bit right there. I'm going to try and pick up salt along the way too so that I can keep myself fed just in case like our vitals run out. But for right now, if I don't find it during the confines of this episode, I don't know. Let me know what you think. I may skiff around a little bit. Copper's a little bit more difficult to track down some of the time than some of the other constituents. Oh, look, there's a little salt cave in here. Yes, please. I'll take it. All of your goiters are cured. Like, that's pretty good. I was wondering what this huge lump was on my neck. And I'm like, yeah, that's a medical grade goiter right there, my friend. I think you may want to go see a doctore. That you might not want to let that keep growing. It's looking a little bad. I don't know if I'm ever going to need all this zinc, but deep down inside my tummy bits, I'm thinking that I probably won't. I'm having a hard time just sort of like determining what I would need this much zinc for. However, the salt is super long-term useful. And so since we were looking for it at the beginning of the episode, I'd rather just grab it now so that while we're out and around, we can just like, you know, do other stuff. I don't really need emery either. I don't even know what emery is. I'm assuming that it's like a relic term for some kind of mineral. I'll look it up in between episodes and let you guys know what the geological excuse or the geological explanation is for emery. That's not a word that I've ever used, so my guess is that it's archaic. It's either archaic or non-scientific, one of the two, and there's a lot of that in geology. Like geology, oh, no, 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 please do not explode with your fluids all over me. The common song that I've sung at the club many times before. I don't know why. I'm frequently a fluid catch. What is that right there? Hey. Hey. Hey, you ever been like at a club or like at a place where dancing is taking place and somebody with long hair just whips sweat on you? Oh, a sea moth fragment. Why do I care about a sea moth fragment? What does that do for? I already have the sea moth. Maybe that's a feature that's not implemented, like you're going to have to find the blueprints later on. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't know. You ever been like at a dance club or like on a dance floor or whatever though, and somebody with long hair whips you with their sweat? Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. I hate it so much. You just be like, splash, and you'd be like, water laced with your genetic material is all over me. Oh no. I now understand that surprised look. Never mind. I was gonna be like, I now understand the surprised look in every porno ever, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. Like, I'm gonna say it anyways. That's how I get away with it, is that I address it and then I just keep moving. I address it and I keep moving. Like bad, bad male. Damn it, where's this copper at? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Copper! Let me sing the song of copper. Where are you? Where are you? Let me sing the song of copper so I can build hats. Let's see here. Where's this thing at? Well, I don't think... Damn it. Well, copper is my favorite ore. I don't know if you all knew this, but copper is like one of my favorites. Like, seriously, go look up native copper. It's beautiful. I love the way it looks. I love the way... We might suffocate a little bit right there. It is. See, every time you take a risk, you gotta take risks to earn. You gotta give something up to get something. That equivalent exchange. I think we got a couple minutes left. I was gonna cut it off early and then just go look for the copper. But I'm having a good time hanging out with all of you today. I really sincerely do. Like, this is a blast for me. It's one of my favorite things. There's a reason I record and I work so much. It's because it's like, it's a thing that I love doing. Let's see here. There's also something to be reckoned that really my job is essentially sitting around like playing video games all day. No, that's actually like 90. That's probably about 20% of what I actually do. If you're getting into YouTube, I'm actually going to make a video log on this too, helping people get into YouTube and like figure out how things work with search algorithms and things of that nature. I feel like, let's see here. I feel like there's probably a demand for that sort of video, especially from channels around my size where, you know, I've taken a lot of time to learn the knowledge that I know about YouTube, and YouTube is kind of like one of those weird things where you're looking at sort of like this runic, I don't know, this runic codex, and you got to kind of just like figure out, what the hell is that? Flint. I don't even remember what we use flint for, but sure, I'll take it. I don't even know if flint has a use in the game yet. If you don't know what flint is, it's metamorphosed chert, and so there it is. Chert is just a type of rock. You subject it to pressure and temperature, and you get out flint, which is essentially just like a way, way harder version of chert. There's got to be, actually, yeah, these walls look, no, there's too many alligators down there. There's too many, like, ichthyosaurs or whatever the hell those are. I don't know. Go to Ichthyosaur, if you're ever in Nevada, go to Ichthyosaur State Park. It's a beautiful place. You should check it out. If you don't know what an ichthyosaur is, it's like this enormous underwater sea gator fish thing. And it's pretty horrifyingly huge. It's like the size of a whale, like a large whale, like a gray whale or like a blue whale. And it's an unpleasant looking animal. It's sort of adorable in like a I can eat a truck sort of way, though. Like, I can eat a truck-sized mammal sort of way. Like, how big was your last meal? The size of a Volkswagen. It's the size of a Volkswagen. We can still go out to eat tonight. I don't think I spoiled my appetite. You'd be like, that's a big-ass animal. If you saw that thing coming for you from the darkness of the depths, you just, like, poop yourself repeatedly. And then just, like, after shotgunning shit everywhere, you would just, I don't know, I might just, like, black out in terror. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. Please don't blow me up. Every time I hear a clicking noise, I assume that I'm about to get blown up. And while explosives are not necessarily something that I really worry about at the pool or in the ocean, in this environment there are things to learn and animals to be avoided. Can I murder this? Hey, you hold still. Very good. Well done. I appreciate you cooperating in this whole, like, let me murder you plan. Oh, that didn't work out so great. Alright, well, never mind then. Hey, there's our other copper. Are we almost there? We need gold next. That's what it was. We need gold! And for the gold, we gotta go deep sea. I almost said deep sea fishing. I guess we gotta go deep sea mining. And so once where's our beacon at? There it is, our bacon. Have you guys ever had fresh bacon? There are some things in the world. Where is our beacon at right now? Did they change that so that you can no longer see your beacon once you get too far out? Let me get underwater. It might be easier to identify from down here. Oh no. Well, that's not good. Oh, there it is. I'm completely disoriented. All right. Anyways, I'll talk about fresh bacon in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Take care out there, everybody. I hope you're enjoying Subnautica. There's enough stuff in the game right now to where we can tool around and really have a good time. Every day with Splattercat is tooling around, as people so frequently tell me. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next episode. I'll see you in the next episode. Hi, dear everybody.